Hi everyone, this is Anita. Happy Monday. I hope everybody is staying safe and healthy during these crazy times. We are in week 3 of 548. This week we will be focusing on vision screening and eye report abbreviations. So what to do this week? We need to complete readings for this week, and most of the readings are in Canvas. And there are some websites and links for you to go over. But in case you haven't ordered your textbook, the cortical visual impairment one, please go ahead and order. We will start reading that starting next week. And then we do have to complete Hadley lesson 5 and 6. Some of you are way ahead of that. Great job to get that going, because it's very important that you finish Hadley lesson 5 and 6. The due date is coming up, so we want to make sure you are done with that, all the modules. And in case you are struggling with any lesson or concept, please feel free to send questions to Dr. Conroy and myself. We'd be happy to help you with that. And then other than the Hadley lesson, we are also going to go with two major components, which is vision screening and basic abbreviations used in eye reports and optometric reports. And then we will go over that in this slide. And then we also will, you will have to choose the eye condition that you would like to complete for a group assignment. That'll be due in 2 weeks, and once we get your first and second choices, I will assign the groups. So look into the group assignment page in this week's Canvas to get more details about what you want to do for the eye condition report. So vision screening. So this is something that is done in all public schools in pretty much in the nation. So first of all, it is not your job responsibility, but it doesn't mean that you cannot participate in it. You can volunteer vision screening. That's one of the first volunteering jobs that I took before becoming a TVI. So you get an idea as to what you're going to expect. So they usually do the basic acuity checks in vision screening, and it is done by the nurse teams of school districts, and TVIs are not in the picture while vision screening is done. And then if vision screening results indicate a problem for a student, then they are flagged and a note is sent to his or her parents indicating that they need to take their child to an eye doctor. So most of those cases are where the students just forget to wear their glasses for the vision screening or don't have their glasses at that moment. So you'll want to make sure that they had already been to an eye doctor, and most of the vision is corrected with glasses. And then, but in case we do get referrals from vision screening after we get the eye report from the parents saying that even after correction, even after the child has glasses or whatever, they have a medical condition that doesn't correct the vision beyond 20/70, then we come in the picture. So we get an eye report. That's the first step. We look into the eye report, we understand the eye report, then we do a functional vision assessment based on the eye report, and then see if our services are required for the student in order to get the best educational outcome. So it doesn't mean as soon as we get an eye report that indicates that the visual acuity is 20/70 or worse, we are not going to provide services. We need to do a functional vision assessment, and then we recommend if our services are required or not. That's a basic understanding of vision screening. There's some resources in the Canvas. Just go over those. The other thing is understanding abbreviations. As TVIs, we need to understand to read an eye report, basic. A lot of you told great points last week. So we need to understand to read an eye report in order to make informed decisions about the student's visual condition. And there's a lot of common abbreviations attached to this week's resources. Go through them. You might come across, now with Google, all we have to do is just Google this, and somebody must have said, but even then it's easier if you have an eye report and you need to be able to understand the basic abbreviations to go with it. So go through them. It would be fun to look into yours or any of your family members' eye report and try to understand what it all means. And so I'll try to show the sample eye report, but even if I can't share the report, I've removed all the private information of my student, but even then I can't share it in the Canvas. So I just want to show and see how a normal eye report would look. So if you see this, this is a Douglas County format of an eye report. So each district will have an eye report that the eye doctor quickly fills in. So we have an information. Douglas County uses this format. And so you have the patient's name, the date of birth, and if you see, there is the visual acuity section. And then we also have, if the acuity cannot be measured, where does the doctor think that the child's acuity is? Is it legally blind, or is it between 20/70 and 21/99? Things like that. And then we have a visual field test section where if field test was assessed, is the child's degrees of peripheral field is 20 degrees or less. And then the diagnosis, and the student's diagnosis is aphakia. So you'll have to understand what aphakia is. And apart from what we get that Douglas County gives the eye doctor to fill in, we also have a regular eye doctor report that they send with the parents. So I always ask for both. So this is more detailed. It'll give it'll give exactly when the onset of the diagnosis was, what is the past family and social history, the visual acuity in terms of OD and OS. So you need to know what OD is, OS, and OU. So that's a basic. So you need to know OS is left eye, OD is right, and OU is both eyes. And plus, what does a plus 13 mean? What does a plus 12 mean? Plus is the correction that you're doing, and plus indicates that the child is nearsighted, which means the child sees near better than far, things like that. This is just an overview. I won't go through every section of the eye report, but you need to understand the basics of an eye report in order to first determine if a functional vision assessment is required, and then you do the functional vision assessment, and then you determine if services are required. And then, so that was just a sample eye report. So the group assignment in this week's discussion, just post the name of the eye condition that you would be interested to do the research, and you would get a partner, and I will assign the partner based on your choices. And there was also a little discussion question on your interpretation of an eye report that you have access to. It could be yours or your family members. And then for more details, read the group assignment page. And that's about it for this week. And if in case you have any accessibility issues or any concept issues, please feel free to send an email to myself and Dr. Conroy. We'd be happy to help you, and have a good week. Bye-bye.